Alright, Chapter 5. Topics covered. The major topics covered in this chapter are inserting wires, applying wire numbers, inserting user-defined circuits, inserting layers and cable markers, and circuit builders. Introduction. In the previous chapter, we learned to insert various electronic components. If the components individually placed do not perform any task, but connect with the desired manner within various components perform various tasks. In chapter, we learned to add wires. Later, we learned to create circuits, multiple buses, and ladders. Wires are a lifeline in any circuit. Wires are used to carry the current, make an appliance run. Tools create wires available to wire, drop down, insert wire numbers, and panel schematic tab of the ribbon in figure 1. So when you look at the wire, you have wire 22.5, 45, and 67.5 interconnection components and gaps. The tool to drop down and discuss next. Wire tools used to add straight lines, drawings to connect various components of the procedure of the tools given next. Click on the wire tool, wire drop down, command prompt will display as shown in figure 4. 2. Command prompt prior wire installation, show the wire type X show connection. Wire type button, show the command prompt T, press enter if they change the wire type, select wire type of the dialog box displayed shown in figure 3. And then you have a set wire type dialog box. Select the wire type of the list and click on the OK button with the dialog box to select the wire set for the insertion. Check the drawing area, the start of the point of the wire. You'll be asked to specify the end point of the wire and component will be displayed and shown in figure 4.2. 4.2 show the command prompt after starting point. Specify the wire V start vertical, H horizontal, tab collision off or continue. If you have use the command prompt specify the length of the wire, you can use V start vertical, H horizontal, bottom of the command over the Autocad electrical draw only vertical horizontal respectively. Click on the tab collision off to make the wires avoid collisions with components. After you click again with the button, the wire will be able to pass through the components at least end the schematic drawing. Figure 5 shows 2 wirings, one with the collision off and then one collision on. Collision off, collision on. Clicking on specify endpoint of the wire, you can create wires until end up at a connector of the component if you need to start at a new wire. The 25, 45, and 67.5 degree, the tools you the created wires at set angle of the procedure of the tools given the next. Click on the 22.5, 45, or 67.5 degree tool with the wire drop down. You will be prompted to specify the starting point of the wire. Click the desired point and start point. You're asked to specify the end point of the wire. Click the specify the end point of the wire. Interconnect the components. Interconnecting component tools you interconnect two components with each other. The procedure used for this tool is given the next. Click the interconnect components tool with the wire drop down. You ask to select with the first component. With the first component, you will be prompted to select with the second component. So with the second component, the wire will be created connecting both the components. Refer to figure 6. Next, note the components are to be connected. Either the tools should be aligned properly so that their connection points are in the same orientation. So the components interconnected with a push button and a rheostat. The gap is resistor or whatever, or even a fuse. Gap is 2 for the crowd and create a gap in the wire where there are 2 wires insert each other. The procedures used the tool is given the next. Click on the gap tool, wire drop down. You can select the wire if you want to remain solid while applying the tool. Use the desired wire. You can ask to select the crossing. You're asked to select the crossing wire. You intersect with the wire gap. The wires will be created. Figure 7. Before applying the gap wires on, using the gap tool after applying the gap, multiple bus tool is created with the multiple lines of the wires to create multiple bus. Follow the next steps given the next. Click on the multiple bus tool for the insert wire and wire numbers drop down. Multiple wire bus dialog is displayed in figure 8. Click on the spacing edited box of the horizontal vertical spacing between the wires. Click on any other by default another multiple wires radio button selected. As a result, you can create multiple wires from point to another point. Select empty space, go horizontal button, radio button, empty space, go vertical radio button, create multiple wires in horizontal vertical direction respectively. Creating multiple wire buses, various radio positions, horizontal spacing to end, and component multiple wires, another bus, empty space, go empty space number of wires. 2, 3, or 4. Component multiple views, component multiple wires, radio button with a multiple wire button dialog box. Click on the OK button dialog box prompted with create selection window into the selection component connecting port of the device. Select the connection points where you want to create the multiple wire bus. Refer to figure 9. Selecting ports are highlighted and shown in figure 10. Window selection port. Connecting ports highlighted. Entering command prompt wires will attach to the cursor. Refer to figure 11. Wires attached to the cursor. Specify the length of the wires. Multiply the wire bus will be created. Another bus, multiple wires. Another bus, multiple wire radio button. You have to create the multiple wire bus using an already existing wire bus. The steps you have to create an option are given next. Select another bus, multiple wire radio button, multiple wire bus, dialog box, number of the wires, edit box, the number of wires that should be equal to the wire already existing bus. Click the OK button with the dialog box. You asked to select a wire. Select the middle wire from the already existing wire bus. The end of the current wire will be attached for the cursor. Refer to figure 112. So we picked the middle one and wire bus from another wire bus. Click to specify endpoint with the wire bus. Empty space and go horizontal. Empty space, go horizontal radio button. You have to create multiple wire bus horizontal direction. Start with the specified start point step. You have the option given the next. Specify the empty space with the go horizontal radio button. Multiple wire button. Dialog box. The number of the space. The number of the wires. Edit box. Click the OK button. Dialog box. You ask to specify the starting point from the bus. Click on the drawing area. You can ask to specify the endpoint of the bus. Click to specify the endpoint. Empty space or go vertical. Empty space or go vertical radio button is created with the multiple wire bus and vertical direction. Starting with the specified start point steps. Use the option given the next. Empty space, go vertical radio button, multiple wire busing, dialog box, specify the number of wires, edit box, OK button, dialog box, add, specify the starting point for the bus. Click on the drawing area, specify the endpoint of the bus, and click specify at the endpoints. Alright, ladders. Electrical system, multiple circuits are unpowered, and common power source can be combined in form of ladder. Ladders are arrangement of wires shown in figure 13. Show the bus, the rung, and the ladder. Using ladders, ladder diagrams are created in the backbone of PLCs. In today's world, you have to create the control ladders are available. The ladder drop down. Refer to figure 14 procedure. Use the tool drop down. Give it an X. Alright, figure 14 shows the ladder drop down. Insert ladder X and Y grid setup, X and Y zone setup. X zone, X Y grid setup, X zone setup. Insert ladder tool. Use the insert ladder wires on the diagram procedure. Use this tool is given the next. Insert ladder tool, ladder drop down. Sheet 1 inserts ladder dialog box displayed and shown in figure 15. Figure 15 shows the sheet 1 insert ladder dialog box with spacing, length, rungs, width. So you have your rungs, your phases, drawing, rungs, no buses, no rungs, yes, skip. Alright, click the edit box, width of the area, specify the distance between two wire buses. Click the edit box, specify the area, specify the distance between two rungs. Click the length of the edit box, specify the total length of the ladder. Click on the rungs edit box, specify the number of the rungs in the ladder. Now you can specify the value in any one of the two edit box values, and the other edit box will calculate it automatically. So for the ladder, number of the phase of the ladder, if selected with the 3-phase radio button from the phase area of the ladder will created with a 3-phase wire line value of the distance between the phase line will be required in the space editing box. You can skip the creation of bus or rung in the ladder by selecting respective radio button from the drawing rungs area of the dialog box. Click the OK button dialog box to create the ladder. X and Y grid setup. The tool is set up with the grid wires based on the specified value, but the grid can be later used to connect the various circuits. The procedure use the tool given the next. Click the X and Y grid setup of the ladder drop down. X and Y grid setup dialog box will be displayed and shown in figure 16. Figure 16 show the X and Y grid setup. Show the origin, pick point, and spacing in the horizontal and vertical XY format, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, separated grid labels. First only complete list, so it separates the common A, B, C, and D. Horizontal, vertical, insert XY grid labels, and horizontal and vertical count. Click on the pick button with the dialog box, specify the origin of the grid. You are prompted to pick the point of the drawing area. Click the drawing area to specify the point. Specify the between the horizontal and vertical grid line. The edit box is available in the specifying area of the dialog box. Designated radio button in XY format. Area of the dialog box. Insert X and Y grid labels. Check the box of the display labels on the grid. After selecting the check boxes on the specifying horizontal vertical counts of the respective edit box below the check box. Click on the OK button with the dialog box. Grid will be created. Refer to figure 17. Note that the grid created is for reference purpose. View of the grid. You can precisely place the components in the drawing. Alright, this shows the grid created, and it shows your A1, A2, A, B, A, C. So, X zone setup. X zone setup tools you have to create the vertical reference for the drawing insert of the component. Note that you can have the XY grid setup and X zone setup tool. Before you creating an X zone, you need to enable this option. Enable this option. Follow the steps given the next. Right click on the name of the current drawing of the project manager shortcut menu will be displayed and shown in figure. Go down to properties and then go select move the cursor to properties option of the shortcut menu. Cascading the menu will be displayed. Click on the drawing properties option from the menu and drawing property dialog box will display and show in figure 19. Go to you are now in the drawing properties dialog box. Click the drawing format tab on the dialog box. This option dialog box will display and show in figure 20. Figure 20 shows the ladder defaults, vertical, horizontal, width, multiple wire spacing, ref format, XY, grid, X zone, reference zone, scale, feature, multiplier, inch, scale to millimeter, full size, to wet tag, wire number, order, set override, no override layers defined. Alright, select X zone radio button format referencing area with a dialog box. Note that you can also define the default direction ladder creation, selecting desired radio button, ladder defaults area of the dialog box. Click the OK button dialog box to apply the specified setting. Now we have enabled the X zone setup, so we can use it in our drawing. The procedure of the X zone setup is to give tool is given next. Click the X zone setup tool for the ladder drop down, insert wire number ribbons, and the X zone setup dialog box will display and show figure 21. So the pick and the spacing, and then the zone entering list, the complete listed zone labels. Enter first and only completely. So you'd have 10 to 1 with comment zone labels. Enter the first only or complete list. Insert zone labels, zone count. Click the pick button origin in the dialog box. You're prompted to select the pick point and drawing area. Specify origin, desired point of the drawing area. Click the horizontal edit box, space area with the dialog box. Specify the desired distance value. Select the insert zone label. Check if it include the labels on the zone. Click the OK button. Dialog box X zone will be created in further figure 22. 22 show the X zones who will work on real world projects. Electrical system generally requires reference to insert our components at the time. X, Y, grids, and X zones are required to create references. Alright, wire numbering is an important aspect of wires. Wire numbers help identify circuits related to that of the wire components, connected to the wire total length of the wire, other details of the tools of the specified wire numbers available. The wire number to drop down, insert wires, wire number panel. There are 3 tools for the drop down wire numbers, 3-phase and PLC, I, and O. Further to figure 23, these tools are discussed later and show the wire number, 3-phase and PLC, I, and O, wire number drop down. Wire numbers. The tool is specified within the wire number to individual wires or project wire. The procedure to use this tool is given next. Click on the wire number tool with the wire number drop down. Sheet 1 wire tagging dialog box will display and show in figure 24. Sheet 1 wire tagging show the tag new unnumbered wires only. 2. Tag and retag all cross-reference service fresh and database tag and wire tag mode sequential. Start 1 incremental format override. Use wide layer format overrides. Insert as fixed. Project picked individual project wide, picked individual wires, cancel drawing wide. Click the start wire tag mode area, specify the starting number of the wire tagging, renumbering and numbering, wire tagging and numbering. So the tag new unnumbered only radio button if you want to specify the wire number to be unnumbered wires only that otherwise leave on the default. Click on set it button with the dialog box, specify the format wire numbering, assign the wire number formats by wire layers. Dialog box will display it and show in figure 25. Assign wire number formats by wire layer, layer and wire number format, subsequent start number, suffix, add, update, and create. Last default, wire layer name, wildcards only, the wire cover format, starting sequence number, name, so for starting tag mode only, and wire number suffix for the layer. Click the list button on the dialog, select the wire layer. Dialog will be displayed and reference and show the different colors. Select the wire from the dialog box. Select the desired color layer for the wire. Click the OK button with the selected wire layer dialog box. Click on the 3 default by one by one. Specify the default values related to fields. Click the add button in the dialog box. Wire number formatting will be added. Click the OK button dialog box. Now we are ready to use the layer format in our wiring number. Select the user wire layer format override checkbox. If you want to apply the wire number individually to each wire, then click on the Pick Individual Wires button for the dialog box, but you're prompted to select the wires. Click the wires only one by one. Enter the number we'll be assigning the wires. Refer to figures 27. Alright, 27 shows wire numbering. We have our X and Y zones and X and Y and zones, and we've now numbered the wires. Three-phase. You have the number of three-phase wiring produced. You have the tool to give it the next. Click on three-phase tool, wire number drop down ribbon. The three-phase wire numbering dialog will display in figure 28. Three-phase numbering place prefix hold increment base 1 hold increment suffix hold and increment, and then wire numbers 1L 1L2 1L3. Maximum 3, 4, none, OK, and cancel. Specify the desired value prefix base of the suffix edit box. The desired radio button maximum area of the dialog box. If you have 3 wires in the connection, then select 3 radio button. If you have 4, then select 4 radio button and click on the OK button dialog box. You select the first wire of the 3-phase line. For the respective wire, you ask to select the second wire. Select the second wire. Similarly, select the third wire. After selecting the third wire, the dialog box will display it again. Keep on selecting the individual wire that you want to be numbered. After number, clicking on the cancel button before the dialog box to exit. Alright, PLC and I/O code. The tool of the number input and output ports of the PLC. The procedure of the tool is given the next. Give the PLC I/O and I/O tool. Wire number drops down on the ribbon. PLC I/O wire number dialog box will display shown in figure 29. Show the I/O wire tag format predefined. PLC wire number dialog box. Specify the desired design PLC I/O percentage code. Has already been discussed. Click OK button dialog box. Prompting with select the PLC. Select the PLC. You ask to select the wires connected to the PLC. One by one, select wires that they are connected to the PLC. Tags define PLC. Extracted applied wires. Refer to figure 30. Alright, show the PLC I/O wire numbers. I'm not sure, panel, I believe that's a panel circuit board. Wire number leaders and label. The previous figure of the wire numbers assigned automatically modify the wire number leaders with assigned labels as needed. Tools that do so are available in wire number leader drop down. Refer to figure 31. The wire number leader, wire color, gauge labels, inline wire labels. Preview the tool drop down is discussed next. Wire number leader. The tool is used to assign leader to the wire number. The procedure uses if the tool is given the next. Click on the wire number to leader tool with the wire number to leader drop down ribbon will be prompted to select the wire number to refer to figure 32. 32, the command prompt, the wire leader collapse. Wire leader shows the collapse. Select wire number of the leader. Select the desired wire number from the drawing. You'll be prompted to specify the point of the leader endpoint and refer to figure 33. After selecting wire number, click the drawing area specified endpoint with the wire number. Will be prompted to specify the next point with the leader. Click on the drawing area specify the point and press enter for the wire number. Will be assigned and refer to figure 34. Figure 34 show the wire number leader assigned. Similarly, you can assign leaders to other wires. Wire color and gauge labels. Tools use to attach wire color and gauge labels to the wires so that they can easily be identified wires in the circular procedure. Use the tool and give it the next. Click on the wire color and gauge label to the wire leader number leader drop down ribbon. The insert wire color and gauge label to the skies. The dialog box is selected, shown figure 35. Click on the setup button, specify the settings. Wire label color, label color, and gauge setup dialog box will be displayed and shown figure 36. Show the wire label gauge layer name setup, text size, arrow size, leader layer, text layer width with leader align with wire, auto placement manual, no leader align with me manually. Show the wire cable, wire label color guides and leader, wire label color gauge size dialog box. So if you have the desired settings in the dialog box, click the OK button on the dialog box. Click the manual button for the dialog. Manually assign the color gauge labels. No, you can assign the labels and leaders without leaders. Selecting manual button from the respective area. Click auto placement button to automatically place the color and gauge labels. After selecting the desired button, click on the wire file with the instruction given by the system. Press enter to create the label. The labels will be attached to wires. Refer to figure 37. Shows the wire labels attached. Inline wire labels. The previous tool is used to insert the labels of side the wires. Inline wire labels. The tool is used to insert the inline wire labels. The labels included information, color gauge, and so on. Procedure use of this tool is given the next. Click on inline wire label the tool. The wire number leader drop down insert component dialog box will display and refer to figure 38. Alright, insert component dialog box. Select the desired symbol of the dialog box. You're prompted to specify the insertion point with a symbol. Click on the wire and insert the label. The label will be inserted with the refer to figure 39. Inline label. Markers. Markers used to mark the wires for the categorizing them. Tool applies markers as available in the cable markers. Insert .t markers. Drop down the procedures to use all these tools or some of the procedures discussed next. Alright, cable marker. The tool is used to insert the cable marker. The procedure given the next. Click on the cable markers tool and the cable markers drop down. This insert component dialog box will display with the cable markers for figure 40. Insert component component dialog with the cable markers. So we're in the JIC cable markers menu. Click on the desired symbol, then click on the wire symbol, then insert edit cable marker parent wire dialog box will display shown figure 41. Insert edit cable parent wire cable tag USBL and location tags. Use external list width color ID. Generic prompt drawing catalog manufacturer assembly item number 2. Lookup drawing project multiple installation description lines. Child conductor references. Installation location show edit miscellaneous. Insert and edit cable marker dialog box. Specify the parameters desired and click on the OK button dialog box. Insert some child components dialogs will be displayed. Refer to 4.2. You can automatically insert child components that are tied to this parent. Select OK. Insert the child components. Now hide tag next. Hide location. Hide description. OK. Insert child. Insert some child component dialogs. Insert child components, then OK. Insert child button. Otherwise, click on the close button from the dialog box. If you click on the OK insert child, but then you need to click on the child wire. Specify the tags are desired. Multiple cable markers. Tool used to insert multiple cable markers in the drawing. The procedure used the tool given the next. The multiple cable markers and tool markable cable markup drop down. Multiple cable markup drop markers dialogs will be displayed and shown in figure 43. Extract wires from project active drawing. All active drawing pick. List two fresh and wire connection table format and OK. Multiple cable marker dialog. Select the desired radio button dialog box. Click the OK button in the dialog box. The cable markers will be inserted automatically. So you can either do that to your project or your active drawing at all of them, or you can pick your active drawing. Insert .t markers. Insert .t. Insert the .t marker on the wire. Procedure to use the tool given the next. Click the insert .t markers. Insert .t markers drop down ribbon. You can prompt to click on the wire to create a .t mark. Click on the wire at a desired point. The .t mark will be created. Refer to figure 44. Show the .t mark. Insert angled T markers. Insert all angled tool markers. You convert the T marker into angled T mark. The procedure of the tool is given the next. Click insert angled T markers from the insert .t markers drop down. Then you will prompt to select the T wires of the click the T. The inverted angled T mark. Refer to figure 45. Alright, circuit builder. Circuit builder tool is used to insert circuits in the drawing. The procedure used the tool for the given the next. The circuit builder from the tool circuit builder drop down insert components panel with the ribbon and refer to figure 46. The circuit selection dialog box will display as shown in figure 47. You have the circuit builder button and it shows the circuit builder and recalculate wire size. Circuit selection and it shows the circuits in 3-phase and so far as the American Army ACAD Circuit Builder XLS. Scale, the circuit scale, component scale, rung spacing, horizontal space, annotation note, and preset reference existing circuit, and then retag if that's like, insert configure closer help from history. Select the desired circuit from the list. Click the edit box and scale area to specify the scale value of the circuit component, specify the spacing between the rung spacing area. Select the desired radio button, special annotation area of the dialog box. Click the insert button on the dialog box. Read a prompt to specify the insertion point of the circuit. Click the specify the insertion of circuit will be placed and refer to figure 48. Figure 48 show the circuit inserted. Practical. In this practical, we create a circuit diagram and electrical system. Refer to figure 49. 49 shows a practical. Starting a new end drawing. Showing Autocad electrical, click on the drop-down Start Drawing button. List of the templates will be displayed. Refer to figure 450. Templates drawing. Use the AC NSI A landscape color drawing template. For the list of templates, a new drawing will open. Select the template. Refer to figure 51. Show the drawing open with the tool block, title block. Hitting title block, title block. Double click on the title block in the bottom right corner. Enhance attributed or editor dialog block will display. Refer to figure 52. As you edit and enhance attributed editor dialog box and the you come across the value of the project description. Select the desired tag for the list of the specified respective values. Click OK button dialog box to exit. Creating wires, creating the multi-bus, inserting wire numbers in the ribbon, multiple wire bus dialog box displayed and shown figure 53. Select spacing as 0.5, spacing edit box, empty space, go horizontal radio dialog, 3 button, specify the number of the wires as 3, click OK, you have to specify the starting point of the wire bus, click drawing area, create the wire bus to show in figure 54, wire bus to created, similarly create 2 more buses, each having 3 wires from the spacing, refer to figure 5, click on the wire tool, insert wire numbers, create, and then panel and create wire from earth, refer to, and so now you have wire created from earth, and now assign the number and labels of the wire. Inline wire, label the wire number to lead, drop down figure 57. Insert component dialog box, wire label to the slide in 58. So we have our wire number leader drop down, and then we have our insert component dialog box with the JIC inline wire labels. Select the red symbol of the dialog box, click on the top of wire, specify the color code, simple middle, bottom wire is black and blue, respectively. Refer to figure 59. Note that the default tag of the wire is displayed in the yellow color. Change the color, double click the color name and label the enhanced attributed dialog box will display. Refer to figure 60. And then show the red, black, and blue wires after color coding. Enhance attributed editor, show the color attributed text operation for the block HTOL generic color. The property tabs to change the color layers are present per requirement. OK button dialog box. Click the wire number tool. Wire number drop down. Sheet 1 wire tagging dialog will display and show in figure 61. 61 sheet 1 tagging with dialog box. Tag new, the same stuff. Click drawing wire between the dialog box. The wire numbers will be assigned to the wires. Refer to figure 62. Wire numbers assigned to 62, and you can change the color wire numbers as we did in the wire labels. Inserting 3-phase motor. Catalog browser bottom of the component drop down. Refer to 63. Catalog browser will display category drop down MO for motors option list. Select the search edit box. Specify 4-pole in it. Click on the search button. List of the motors and catalog will display and show in figures. So yeah, I have an AC 2 horsepower, 400 volt AC 4 poles, starter and RPMs. Select motor highlight with the red box above. The panel buttons will be displayed. Refer to figure 65. The panel of the buttons, the insert component dialog box will display. Refer to figure 56. Insert component dialog by default. The motor control category menu. Select the icon by cursor. Refer to figure 67. And then you see the 3-phase motor. Doing so, assign the symbol of the catalog number dialog will display and refer to 68. Quick map symbol, the catalog number button, the symbol will get attached to the cursor. Middle wire shown in figure 69. Motor will get attached to 3 wires automatically. Inserting edit component dialog will display and show in figure 70. Motor to be placed, and then insert edit component tag dialog box. Click the edit box component tag, specify the tag is the motor line 1. Edit description 3-phase rating, editing box ratings or area, specify that the rating is 2 horsepower. Click OK button, dialog box motor will be placed. Refer to figure 71. Motor plays 2 horsepower. Add grounding symbol, add an icon button with icon menu, insert component dialog box will display. Select motor control category menu area, click the ground symbol from the right area with the dialog box and will prompt to specify the location of the ground symbol. Click the end of the wire, the 4 wire number, refer to figure 73. Now you've placed placed on the ground symbol, adding symbol to various components, clicking on the catalog browser, and inserting the insert shown and shown. So we have our three-phase motor charging red, blue, and black, and child horsepower motors on push buttons. Connect the 2 horsepower mounted ground mounted wire tool referred to the 2 horsepower wires connected more. Adding all the components drawing will be displayed and shown in figure. Practical model problem. Create the circuit drawing as shown in figure 77. And then this one shows a motor horsepower, some type of some kind of temperature switch or resistor or adjustable resistor at 6 amps, and then this pressure sensing device for the motor, and a buzzer. Editing wires, components, and circuits. Chapter 6. Topics covered.